Hello everyone, I am Angie Moralde. Together with Miss Montances, we are tasked to report about the world's leading environmental problems. The Conserve Energy Future website lists the following environmental challenges that the world faces today. The first challenges is the depredation caused by industrial and transportation toxins and plastics in the ground. The defilling of the sea, rivers, and water beds by oil spills and acid rain. The dumping of urban waste. Next is the changes in global patterns and the surge in ocean and land temperatures leading to the rise of sea levels. Global warming is causing sea levels to rise due to two main factors. This is the first is the melting ice. Melting ice as the Earth's temperature increases, glaciers and ice sheets melt, adding water to the ocean. Next is the thermal expansion. As the ocean warms, the water expands, taking up more space in the ocean basin. This process is known as the thermal expansion. A third smaller contributor to sea level rise is the decline in liquid water on land. This is largely due to people depleting groundwater. Next is the overpopulation. Overpopulation means occurs when the human population exceeds the carrying capacity of the environment. Overpopulation can lead to the depletion of the world's natural resources, including water scarcity, resource depletion, environmental degradation, and climate change. Water scarcity means increased demand for water can lead to shortages, especially in cities in dry areas. While environmental degradation is a waste and pollution from more people can lead to soil erosion, water pollution, and other damage. And climate change means increased consumption of resources leads to greater greenhouse gas emissions. Overpopulation can lead to the depletion of the world's natural resources. Next is the exhaustion of the world's natural and non-renewable resources from oil reserves to minerals to potable water. The exhaustion of the world's natural and non-renewable resources is known as resource depletion. This occurs when the resources are consumed faster than they can be replenished. Natural resources are essential for human survival, but they can be depleted if they are used faster than they are naturally regenerated. There are two types of natural resources: the renewable resources and non renewable resources. Renewable resources like solar radiation are accessible or replenished relatively quickly, while non renewable resources like minerals and fossil fuels are limited in nature and take many years to generate. The fifth environmental challenges is a waste disposal catastrophe due to excessive amount of waste. This is a disposal catastrophe due to an excessive amount of waste is called disaster waste. Disaster waste is waste that is generated by a disaster or as a result of poor waste management after a disaster. Some examples of disaster waste include damaged building and infrastructure, household furnishings, damaged vehicles, waste from relief operations, and others. Waste disposal catastrophes can have many negative effects, including environmental damage. This is that waste can pollute the air, water, and soil and harm habitats and ecosystems. Next, next negative effects is loss of habitats and increased greenhouse gas emissions. The next is the destruction of million-year-old ecosystems and loss of biodiversity. The destruction of ecosystems and loss of biodiversity is caused by a number of factors, including habitat loss. Habitat loss is when a natural habitat can no longer support to the species that live there, leading to a decline in biodiversity. This can be caused by human activities like agriculture, urbanization, and industrial production, as well as environmental factors like climate change and invasive species. Invasive species is non-native species that can disrupt ecosystem by modifying them. These species can be introduced to new areas through natural migration, but are often transported by humans through global commerce and the pet trade. Climate change and pollution. Pollution that can contribute to biodiversity loss. The seventh environmental challenge is the reduction of oxygen and the increase in carbon dioxide in the atmosphere because of deforestation. Deforestation contributes to the reduction of oxygen and the increase in carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Carbon dioxide is when trees are cut down, the carbon they store is released into the atmosphere as carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas that absorbs energy and warms the atmosphere. Oxygen, trees release oxygen into the air through respiration. Without trees, there is less oxygen in the air. Deforestation can lead to the degradation of land. In the livelihoods, deforestation can lead to the loss of livelihoods in rural communities. Deforestation can directly lead to biodiversity loss when animal species that live in the trees can no longer have their habitat. Okay, thank you. Let's move on to Miss Montances to report her task. Thank you.
So hi everyone, I am Marjorie Joyce Montances, and this is the continuation of Moraldes report. So let's proceed to number 8. Please everyone read. The depletion of the ozone layer, protecting the planet from the sun's deadly ultraviolet rays due to chlorofluorocarbons in the atmosphere. So what do you mean by depletion? Depletion is the act of reducing or removing something or the state of being reduced or removed. The primary cause of ozone layer depletion is the release of chlorofluorocarbons or CFCs and the other ozone depleting substances into the atmosphere. These chemicals are commonly found in aerosol sprays, refrigeration, and foam production. So what do you mean by chlorofluorocarbons or CFCs? These are non-toxic, non-flammable chemicals containing atoms of carbon, chlorine, and fluorine. So the effect of this is the thinning of ozone layer leads to increase of ultraviolet or UV radiation reaching the Earth's surface. So which can cause skin cancer, cataracts, and other health issues for human. It also affects ecosystems, particularly marine life like phytoplankton, which are vital for the oceanic food chain. So let me give you example. So the Antarctic ozone hole, first discovered in the 1980s, has shown significant seasonal depletion of ozone, mainly due to CFCs. International efforts such as the Montreal Protocol have led to a gradual recovery of the ozone layer. So that's it for number 8. Let's proceed to number 9. Let's read number 9. Deadly acid rain as a result of fossil fuel combustion, toxic chemicals from erupting volcanoes, and massive rotting vegetables piling up garbage dumps are left on the streets. So, acid rain is primarily caused by emissions of sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxides from fossil fuel combustion, industrial processes, and natural sources like volcanic eruptions. And the effect of acid rain is It can lead to the acidification of lakes and streams. It can also harm aquatic life from small fishes to big. It can erode buildings, monuments, and infrastructure. It has also negatively impacts the soil chemistry, and it can affect plant or plant growths and agriculture. So let me give you an example. The northeastern United States and parts of Canada have experienced significant acid rain issues, leading to the decline of fish population in the lakes and forest damage in the region. So that's it for number 9. Number 10, water pollution arising from industrial and community waste, residues seeping into underground water tables, rivers, and seas. The cause of water pollution arises from various sources, including industrial discharge, agricultural runoff, like fertilizers and pesticides, and municipal waste. Contaminants can seep into groundwater or directly enter rivers and seas. The effect of water pollution is the polluted water sources can lead to health problems to human or even to the aquatic life, including gastrio, gastrointestinal illnesses, reproductive issues, and neurological disorders. It also disrupts, like I said, aquatic ecosystem, and it reduces biodiversity. For example, the Flint water crisis in Michigan, where lead contamination from old pipes made drinking water unsafe. This highlights the severe consequences of water pollution on public health. Moving on, number 11. So everyone, let's read. Number 11, urban sprawls that continue to expand as a city turns into a megalopolis, destroying farmlands, increasing traffic gridlock, and making smog cloud a permanent urban fixture. The cause of urban sprawls is driven by population growth, economic expansion, and desire for suburban living. It often results in the expansion of cities into surrounding rural areas. So the effect of this phenomenon can lead to habitat destruction, and it can increase traffic congestions and higher levels of air pollution. It can also strain public services and infrastructure. So, the examples of this is cities like Los Angeles. They are known for their extensive urban sprawl, resulting in significant traffic, gridlock, and persistent smog, affecting air quality and residents' health. So that's it for number 11. Number 12. Number 12 is pandemics and other threats to public health arising from waste, mixing with drinking water, polluted environments that can become breeding grounds for mosquitoes and diseases carrying rodents and pollution. So, the causes of this is pollution from industrial waste, inadequate sanitation, and improper waste disposal contributes to public health risk. Contaminants can mix with drinking water and create unsanitary living condition. It has a big effect to us. This can lead to outbreaks of diseases particularly in vulnerable populations. Polluted environments can also become breeding grounds for diseases vectors like mosquitoes. So, examples of this is the rise of diseases such as malaria and dengue fever in urban areas can be linked to poor waste management and stagnant water exacerbated by pollution. So the last one, number 13, everyone read. Number 13, a radical alteration of food systems because of genetic modifications in food production. So, the genetic modification of crops is often driven by the desire to increase yield, pest resistance, and adaptability to environmental stresses. This is a response to the growing global food demand. It has also an effect to everyone. The effect of this is while genetically modified organism or GMOs can enhance food production, they also raise concerns about biodiversity loss, potential health risk, and the consolidation of seed markets among a few corporations. Examples is GMOs or um, genetically modified organism or GMOs such as BT corn and Roundup Ready soybeans have transformed agriculture, leading to increased yields but also sparking debates on ecological impacts and food safety. So that's it for number 13. These environmental challenges illustrate the complex interplay between human activities and natural processes. Um, addressing them requires comprehensive strategies, including policy initiatives, technological advancement, and public awareness. Collaborative efforts across sectors are essential to mitigate these impacts and promote a sustainable future. To effectively prevent this kind of environmental issues, we need a comprehensive strategy that combines robust policy and regulation with community engagement and education. This includes strengthening environmental laws, incentivizing sustainable practices, investing in renewable energy and energy efficiency, implementing smart urban planning, enhancing public transportation, and utilizing advanced pollution treatment technologies. Community involvement through awareness campaigns and local initiatives is crucial, alongside supporting research into sustainable agricultural methods and promoting biodiversity. Global collaboration through international agreements and resources sharing will further strengthen our efforts. By integrating these approaches, we can significantly mitigate environmental challenges and foster a healthier, more sustainable planet for future generations. And that's all. Thank you.